Hi everyone, welcome to Tarot with Lelo, and right now we're just doing an all signs speed read. So these are going to be general messages. So of course we're going to start off with Aries. Okay, let's see what general messages come up for Aries. Okay. Okay, Aries, you might feel like your emotions are clouding your judgment. And you're not here for the bullshit is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you're going to be very realistic. And compartmentalize your emotions. Push them to the side if you have to. Because I do see here that there's a decision that you have to make that you don't like. You might even find yourself having to take yourself out of the situation, as in look at it from a different perspective, from somebody else's views, instead of just going with what it is that you feel. If this involves a decision regarding a person, I think you're going to be very logical about whether to keep this person in your life or not. You're going to be considering what kind of value do they add. You're going to be considering if they're good for your mental health. You're going to be considering things like that instead of how they make you feel, or I feel like you're just throwing feelings out the window. You're throwing feelings out the window and you're just trying to put like your best logical self first. Yeah, there's a decision here that you don't want to make, but you feel you have to. Alright. So let's move on to Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Let's see what's going on for your speed read. What's going on? Taurus. Got one more. Taurus, you hate your job? What? Okay. I think you're trying to push through in terms of the work that you do. You may be unmotivated because you don't feel like you're getting any kind of cooperation from the people around you. So I do feel like you're doing your best to conceal the fact that you've low-key given up or even checked out in terms of the effort you put in. You may not even really be concerned with like the actual results. So I'm getting this being putting in the bare minimum, or not the actual bare minimum, what the bare minimum is to you, which might just be like normal, because you may actually like naturally be a very hard worker, but your version of bare minimum is basically just regular, like what everyone else does or what most people do. And that's what you're putting in right now, but you're really trying your best not to let it get to you to a point where people can see how unhappy and motivated you are. You might even smile in people's faces or be cordial to maintain your professionalism, but you really don't fuck with it. You don't really fuck with anybody. I do think it's important for you to feel like there is some kind of camaraderie at your workplace, but you don't feel like that's the case. So I think you're kind of just throwing in the towel in that. Well, if people aren't putting in the same, or if people aren't even trying to hear what it is that I'm saying, then it is what it is. Just sticking to you. Just sticking to what you do. If this is a love situation, you're not telling somebody how you feel. You're more so withdrawing. I get a lot of silence, but a lot of communication through action. So I think you're showing somebody that you're either bothered, or that you don't want to give to this as much anymore, or that you're tired of putting in the work. You're tired of being the driving force. If this is about a love connection. But that's something that you're keeping to yourself. But I do think that whatever actions you are taking, I do think that this person does sense that you're tired. You're not exactly over it, but like you don't want to give to it as much as you used to. Okay? Taurus, that's it for you. So moving on to the gems. Gemini. Okay. Gemini, what do we have for you guys in your speed read? What do we have for Gemini's speed read? I feel like you're taking the high road with something, Gemini. You might be taking a high road through silence because, excuse me, I think you're intentionally doing your best not to let something mess with your energy. So I do think that like you're actually blocking out negativity You're definitely just doing your own thing. So there might even be something that you want to pursue, or there is something that makes you happy that you might think that other people may judge you for, or don't think is a good idea. And I do think you're at a point now where you're just going to block that out. Just maintain your peace and your balance. And go towards what makes you feel good. What makes you happy. What serves you. I don't even think you have the energy to even bicker or argue with people or explain yourself or anything like that. I don't think you're interested in that anymore. You might work with fire. I feel like you might manifest with fire. Fire is in like candles or anything dealing with fire. I do feel that your manifestation is coming towards you. And I think it's coming towards you because you're choosing to block out certain things or certain energies. Like you're not really engaging in things that would kind of put you off kilter before. You're just letting the bullshit roll off your shoulder. And that's giving your manifestation, that's helping your manifestation come in easier. Alright, Gemini, that's what I have for y'all. Let's see. It's up to Gemini. It's up to Gemini. Oh, Cancer. Oh, Cancer is definitely before Gemini. Wait. No, I'm right. Wow. Okay, what message do we have for Cancer? What message do we have for Cancer? Jeez. Whoa, interesting. 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Succession. You might be slowly backing away from something, Cancer. You may have been putting on a front. Or you may have been in a situation where you feel like you weren't really allowed to be yourself. Like there's something here where you feel like you couldn't really be yourself or express yourself fully. You may have even felt judged for the thoughts you had, or like you may have felt like you had to defend your way of thinking or your way of seeing things. So, yeah. So I think you're putting your foot down about, well, I don't think, this doesn't seem like something that's going to happen like instantly. I think you're going to slowly find yourself like backing away from people or spaces where you feel like you'll be judged or you can't be yourself, or that you can't share your ideas. You may disassociate with some friends, or you may distance yourself from some family members, or you may stop engaging with some coworkers slowly, because you may feel like somehow, some way, there's either a person or a group of people that you don't feel like you fit in or you click well. And not because there's any animosity, it's just you can't be you around this person or people. So you're gonna let that one go. Alright. Let's move on to Leo. Let's move on to Leo. Move on to Leo. You popped up in your own reading, Leo. Okay, you may be struggling with, there's something here you're struggling with. My first instinct is money, but it may not necessarily be money. You may have a career struggle, but whatever this is that you feel like you're struggling with is very internalized. So you're not speaking on it, and you're doing your best not to show it either. But I do think that this is a very vulnerable time for you. And you may feel like people around you wouldn't understand how you feel or really understand what it is you're going through. So you'd rather not say it, so that you don't like expose yourself in vain. You don't want people to use this kind of information against you. And you don't want people to look at you differently or look down on you, whatever it is that you're struggling with. So I feel like right now you're actually doing your best to protect yourself, even though you don't feel your best. You don't feel like you have much power over your situation. You may even feel like you don't have control over whatever situation this may resonate with. But you don't want people to know that's how you feel. You may have lost some money. You may have missed an opportunity or lost an opportunity. But there's something here that has to do with material or finances that has left you just internally unstable. But I don't think this is something that people can even pick up off of you. And if they can, I think it would be people who are very, very close to you, even though you don't say anything. But for the most part, I do think that you're hiding it well. Okay. Leo, that is it for you. Let us move on to Virgo. What do we have for Virgo? What do we have for Virgo? Okay, Virgo, two things. You may have felt numb for a while and you're trying to recover from that numbness by being real with yourself. Or you could be speaking a truth to somebody about how emotionally unfulfilled you are or what issues you have regarding a certain situation, and this might actually bring some balance or some peace to a connection or relationship you have, not necessarily romantic, but you might just let somebody know what's on your mind. And that will help the person gain perspective. And I think you'll gain some perspective too about where their head is at. This is numbness. I feel like this is more internal. And if this is like something that bothered you on an emotional level with somebody else, I see you speaking to this person about it. But what's going to be great is that I think you guys are going to end up seeing eye to eye. It might even bring you closer together. You might even be recovering from a drinking problem or dependency. I'm getting smoke, so some of you might be trying to cut down on smoking as well if you do. So whether it's a conversation or whether you're gonna take care of this numbness that you feel here, recover from it, or whatever it is you're recovering from. I think you're in a mindset of leading by example. So getting leading by example. I don't know why that's so strong right now. I see if this is a conversation, the outcome is dependent on how you approach the conversation yourself. That's what the success of this conversation is based on. If you're going to heal something. And with leading by example, if you are surrounded by people who, let's say for instance, this is not going to resonate for everybody, but let's say for instance you had a dependency on something, or dependence on something, and there are other people around you who are similar. You're going to lead by example in that you're not going to tell them what to do, but I think you are going to influence people by just changing your behavior yourself. Influence is strong. So, yeah, influence is very strong. So right now, I think people are following your lead. People are definitely following your lead. So you're setting the tone for whatever situation, however this resonates for you, you're setting the tone. Okay. All right, Virgo. Let's move on to Libra. Right, what do we have for Libra? Speed read for Libra. What is your speed read? What is our speed read for Libra? What is our speed read for Libra? Are you closed up, Libra? Your cards ain't coming out. Okay, we're just gonna take these. Let me fix my cards. Why am I hearing victim mentality? Okay. There's a mindset change here. Okay, there's a mindset change here in that you're going to stop blaming somebody or something for holding you back, and you're going to charge towards whatever it is that you want, and it's going to bring a great outcome for you. Something here seems destined. There's something about your thought process that you may have not seen before. And I think right now you may be acknowledging that there's some part of you that inhibited yourself. You may have had other people to point the finger at, but now you're more so like taking more control over. You're not giving your control over to other people in terms of like how it is you think or what it is that you feel. And I feel like that's gonna make you like take charge in your own life in terms of something there is that you want to do or pursue, and it's gonna end up turning out really well for you. There may have been a situation that you're recently getting over, or you're about to get over, or a situation you recently went through or you're about to get over. And I think whatever the situation was, it was meant to make you see something about yourself. Yeah, it was meant to make you see something about yourself where you may have been your worst enemy. You may have been getting in your own way. And the situation made you realize that. And then now there's something you're just going to go for. Or if you've been thinking about it for a very long time, I think you're going to kind of just throw inhibition to the wind and just be like, fuck it, let me do it. I see something very swift and quick. It might even be a phone conversation. Phone? There may be some kind of social media either interaction or something that you do with social media. You may be a content creator, you may have wanted to be a content creator, and you may have been in your own way and made excuses about like why you couldn't do it, or maybe you could have been comparing yourself to other people, something like that. There was something about your thoughts that were getting in your way, the way you were seeing things that were getting in your way. And I think the universe just, there's something that happened that made you realize that, and now you're just going for it. That's very specific. So I know that's probably not going to resonate with most people, but Libra, that's what I have for you. Let's move on to Scorpio. Alright. What do we have for Scorpio speed read? What do we have for Scorpio speed read? Scorpio speed read. Excuse me. Okay, what do we have for Scorpio? Scorpio. Ooh, Lord. Dry, bored. You're bored. Scorpio, you're bored. Unfulfilled, everything's boring. Let me see. You may have a hard time getting out of bed. I don't know why I'm getting that. You may even feel lethargic, but you're pushing through. Right now, I just feel like you want more out of life, but there might be this kind of energy you have where it's just like, you might just feel heavy. There may be something that you want to go for, but you feel like you can't. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking like, damn, like, why do I have to go to work? Or there's something about your life that you want to change, but I think right now you can't change it. And I also feel some boredom coming from you, just being like things are a bit vapid. You might even be trying to self-soothe or like pass time with certain things, but that doesn't help. You want to feel inspired again. You want to feel like up again. Some people might have been telling you that you don't seem like yourself. But it's because you're I don't think you're being very stimulated here. I think you're doing your best to fight this feeling of like wanting more out of life so that you can get through like your daily routines and stuff like that. But there's more that you want, like, to achieve. You know? You might have a hard time putting how you feel into words. You may find it hard to, like, explain to people how you're feeling or why you're feeling the way you feel. You just want something different. You want something new out of life. Like, I feel like if your life was a movie, you'd be throwing tomatoes at it. Whoa, that's a little harsh. Sorry. I think that's only going to resonate for a few people. So, that's all I have for you, Scorpio. Let's move on to Sagittarius. What speed read do we have for Sagittarius? Sagittarius. What do we have for Sagittarius? Even though it may not feel like it, things may fall into place for you and it might feel a bit sloppy, but they're gonna fall into place. You may feel like people don't really quite see your vision. You may try to explain some ideas to some people and they don't see it the same way you do. Like they don't see the value of what your ideas are. Getting underdog, I don't know why, because the strength is upright. But I do think there's a skill you have here, or there's something about you that people don't see that's a major strength. You might be somebody who's able to see things play out before they actually happen. Or you might even be somebody who's very forward thinking, but people are kind of just like, ugh, okay. Like, you don't really know what you're talking about, or, you know, that's not even a great idea, or, I don't know. There's something about, your vision or your foresight that people aren't relating to very much. But it's a strength for you. I'm trying to figure out what this Empress reversed is. You may not fully believe, you may not fully embrace your strength. You might downplay yourself. I think you downplay your contributions, you downplay your ability, you might even downplay your ideas. There's something about ideas. It's, if you're not downplaying it yourself, you're probably just not showing people. You're probably just not showing people your real ability, like your full potential. With all these branches here, I just feel like you're full of, like, I feel like you have a colorful mind. These cards aren't even that colorful. But I just feel like you have a colorful mind. But people aren't seeing that. But in the end, this is what you have over other people. Interesting. Okay. So we're gonna move on to Capricorn. I think I have mosquitoes in here. Don't say so. Oh my goodness. Capricorn. Oh. Falling? What does that mean? Falling. Capricorn. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Capricorn. Okay. Capricorn. I keep on falling in and out of love with you. I never loved someone the way that I loved you. Capricorn. Elbow grease. You don't feel you. Oh, okay. Okay, Capricorn. It looks like there's something you put a lot of work into. You spent a lot of time on. Something you're very good at. Something that you're just a boss at. I see this, just you're being a boss. But somehow you're not getting credit for it. There's somebody here who stands to benefit more from your work than you do. Byproduct. This might be a byproduct of your rank. I don't know what that means. But there's somebody who's benefits more from your major contributions here. You know what it gives me an inclination of? You know, is it Genghis Khan? It's not Genghis Khan. There's a very famous, and I hope I can find this right now. I don't know how to pronounce this. Sixi? Sixi. Okay. I hope I'm thinking of the correct person. But basically, Capricorn, this reminds me of Sixi, who was a Chinese empress. What clan was she of? I mean, dynasty, sorry. The Jin dynasty. Okay, either way. You remind me of somebody who has a lot of influence, right? And a lot of power. But the thing is, like, I don't think people are aware of what you do. I don't think people are aware of how important you are. How integral you are. So let's say this is a project between two people, right? You would be the person behind the scenes. You would be the person who puts all the moving parts together and manages everything. And then there's somebody else that stands to benefit more from your work in terms of, you know, like, people thinking that they're the ones who are, you know, making everything run smoothly. This might be a work situation. So for instance, let's say if we're talking about music, if somebody is a singer, you're the producer, right? Or even the composer, the one in the background who's literally, putting the song together just for the singer to sing on. But they're the ones who get all the accolades, right? They're the ones who get recognized. That's the vibe I'm getting here. There's also a contract that might want to fuck you over. So if there's anything contractual, just make sure that you read the fine print. Make sure you understand everything in case it's in legal speak. Someone might try to get one over on you in a contract. But one thing I know for sure is that somebody else stands to gain a lot from you, your work, your influence, your just who you are, how you work. Okay. So we're going to move on from Capricorn, go on to Aquarius. Okay. Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius speed read? There's a situation that may make you feel slighted. Feel like you're slighted in something. And that things weren't equal between you and someone else, or you and another entity, whether it may be work, whether it may be another person, romantic, whatever the case may be. You may feel like you gave more than someone else, or you may feel like you weren't really appreciated as much as you should have been. And I think this is going to make you dig a little deeper within yourself. This might be a lesson of like going within, like retreating, going within, looking at what is it that you're doing that you're ending up in a situation like this. You might do that. You might look at yourself and just be like, okay, like there must be something here, like, oh, Like I'm either not setting the right boundaries, or I overgive, or I don't say what it is that I need, something like that. I think you're going to look internally and, you know, try to figure out, what did you do? What was your contribution in terms of ending up in a situation where that you feel is unfair? I swear there's a mosquito in here. Yeah. There's nothing else I'm getting from this. Except for that, you're in a situation that you don't want to be in. You don't like the conditions, and you're gonna figure out how to not end up here again. How to not do this again. Okay, that was a real speed read, Aquarius. Okay, now we're moving on to Pisces. Alright, what do we have for Pisces? Pisces. What do we have for Pisces? Oh, sorry. You may have a connection where someone's watching you. Someone's watching your connection with someone. Someone's observing your connection with someone. Excuse me. Seems a little creepy. Someone's watching you get close to someone. What is going on here? Okay, I feel like there's someone who's trying to get your attention. Someone's trying to get your attention. Oh, okay. I think you're gonna have somebody come towards you, but not immediately. I think there's somebody who wants to come towards you, and I do think that they're waiting. I feel like this person's waiting to like get to know you more. Ooh, why am I getting that this person wants to feel you? Like they want to feel you out. Like they want to gather more information about you, but not in a like, oh, what's her favorite, or what's this person's favorite color, or what kind of coffee do they drink. No, I think they're trying to get a sense of like who you are on a deep level, like on a deeper level. I feel like this person wants to know, like, I feel like this person wants to know you on like from the inside out. I don't even know what that would entail. That's how I'm feeling. This person wants to know you from the inside out. Yeah, this person wouldn't study you in a learned way. Like, just the data that will collect is more like intuitive data. I don't know how to describe this. It's not really quite like noticing like the I don't want to say silly because I don't think it's silly, but they're not gonna pay attention to like just physical stuff, like material things. Like I think they want to know you on an intuitive level. I really think they want to see you. Maybe this person feels like they can't get quite a read on you, and maybe that's why they feel this way. But I do think this person wants to come towards you, but not before they have this kind of like, I don't know how to even put this in words. Like I keep getting like this person just wants to observe you on a soul level. I don't even know what that would look like. I don't know what that would look like. But I'm feeling that heavy. Heavy. This person might feel ready to come though. So this might be somebody who's around you, who's been around you for quite a bit. This might be somebody who's even trying to... I think the way they get close to you is not through like a super romantic way. Like this might be a coworker, right? Maybe they're not giving you real hints or signs, but you know, they are trying to get your attention so that you talk more or you interact more or something like that. Excuse me. But the way they're trying to know you is like, it's just deep. I think this person wants to get deep with you. I don't know how else to put it. That's it. I think that's it. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for joining me for my speed reads. It's the first time I'm doing this, and honestly, I'm liking it. So thank you so much for joining my channel. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to, or not if you don't. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. All right, take care.